Valentine's Day, it's nearly half over. You're going, what? Emilee, it's not even the 14th yet. Well, it is nearly half over, and we're going to get you caught up today.
Welcome to No Apology with Emilee and Chris. It's a variety talk show designed to have you laugh louder, dig deeper, live larger in the Lord Jesus Christ. And we try to bring truth to your world honestly and authentically and without apology. And when I say variety talk show, that's exactly what we're talking about. It's just a complete variety. And you know, Emilee, I've had some people that I've been in contact with, and we're talking about making this new independent movie and some of these other things that we're trying to do. And they said that, you know, you can't do variety anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have to pick one thing. So we should come on and teach Bible apologetics every week. That's who we do. Or
we can squeak the Bible in there. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily
squeak it in there.
Formal apologetics,
I think you mean make it part of the centerpiece.
Yeah,
isn't that what we're about?
We can focus on it. I don't even know if I have a scripture picked out for today.
Yeah, but we have no script for the show prep.
They'll come to our mind, though, I'm sure.
During our devotions this morning, we thought, what are we going to do? And we have a couple places where we're going to go, and we're like, no, those can wait for a little while. Because Emilee said that I needed to learn about Valentine week. And I'm like, oh, I know it's Saturday.
Yeah.
I know that's the day when men get fleeced out of money for expensive chocolates and flowers and other stuff. Otherwise, they're losers. On one hand.
On one hand.
On the other hand, it's like I really want to be able to spoil the gal that I love.
Okay, Tevya.
And then you've got.
But on the other hand,
and then you've got all these other people on the other hand that hate Valentine's Day, especially if they're single or they're recently divorced or whatever the case might be. Mm-hmm. And so it is one of those national holidays that divides a lot of people.
Yeah.
And now Emilee comes and says this is now a week-long thing?
It is a week-long thing.
No, it's not. But I mean, you're saying that it is?
It is a week-long thing. And
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
All right, you're going to have to explain this.
We had the same conversation like the fourth time I became pregnant. You're like, no, you're not. Yeah, I am. No, you're not. Yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
All right. Valentine's all week long. Have you ever heard of this? Maybe you have. Maybe not. You haven't. Either way, don't roll your eyes just yet. It is a popular thing going on, and it's actually gaining momentum now. So
I got to get my microphone adjusted here. It's bothering me.
Okay.
And
3.
You know what else bothers me?
What?
Taking a single day and making it into a week-long. Is the guilt trip extra, or do you get that in the base price?
I think there's a lot of people that hear that Valentine's Day is not just one day, that it is a week-long affair, or can be a week-long affair. It makes a lot of people clenchy, but hold on, don't roll your eyes quite yet, because I'm going to explain how it is a week long. Each day has a very specific focus, and we're going to spell out those days real quick. But Chris, what I want you to do is I want you to just kind of make some notes along the way, mental notes, or use some paper if you have to. Because at the end of going through the days, I do want to know, are you still very anti-week-long Valentines? Or, do you love this? Do you hate this?
I wonder what's going to happen. You know that day
or will you change your mind?
Where there's judgment and righteous consternation against the men, as always, did you do enough? Did you not do enough? Did you do too much? There's been Valentine's Day where guys I have known, and you're one of the ladies that received too much. It was just too much. Mm-hmm. And then, or not enough. And so basically, you're saying that we want to have this judgment day. We want to stretch that out for 7 days.
But it may have the opposite effect.
I wonder how I'm going to feel about it.
It may have the opposite effect of what you think it might.
Okay. So, I think this is all, I don't even think this is real. But anyway, I'll have an open mind.
All right. Feel free to comment along the way.
Yes.
Hold it together, though, dancer.
Remember, our position statement, we bring truth honestly and authentically.
Yeah, very good.
I don't think week-long Valentine's is authentic.
Yeah. Okay, so now, admittedly, this is new to me as well.
Okay.
I'm like, what? I've never heard of this. So what do? You know me, Chris. I love researching things and start to look things up. And the unfortunate reality when it comes to Valentine's week is you got different answers depending on where you were looking, and it was really confusing. Like
Valentine week.
it's a legitimate thing.
Oh, sure.
It is.
By the way, but the first word I wrote down over here was the word gullible. But hey, I am going to participate. I'm going to participate. All right, go ahead.
You misspelled lovable.
Oh,
is what
that's
you did.
right. That's
all right.
right.
All right. So
All right.
first thing I want to know is, well, when did this start? And there's no clear answer. I mean, some people pointed to ancient Rome. Some people pointed to like in India, this far off land, and other people were like, no, this is a really modern trend that started with social media. So it's like, okay, don't know when it really started, but there could be some clues along the way. Number two, who started it? Because usually there's an event or a person behind it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't get that either because the origin was so varied, and some even interjected that, oh, this was invented by commercial capitalist companies to try to stretch out the week and make more money and make it more profitable, right?
And so you have no idea where this started,
Don't
when
know.
it started, but it's a real thing that's going on right now.
Exactly. Why?
All right. I got another word I'm writing down.
Okay.
Deception.
End times deception.
Not even end times. Not even end times. Let me guess. All 7 days, the guy has to do something over the top for his gal.
You would be wrong, as usual.
Yeah.
I'll help you out.
That's right.
You're married to me, so you'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
So then the big question comes.
It's Wednesday, February 11th today.
Yes. So the week's almost half through.
I don't even have reservations for Saturday.
That's why
we're in year 41 of marriage. Is this the Valentine where we do drive-through? I don't know.
It could be.
Could be.
It could be. See if this list doesn't maybe even take some pressure off.
I'll make eggs.
I like eggs.
Bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do on Valentine morning, Saturday morning.
Okay. I'm game for that. I'm totally game for that.
I'll put the bacon in heart shape on your plate.
Yeah, Chris, you know that I'm not a big person that wants to go out and be where there's crowds of people. And
no, but you definitely want to be remembered and honored and respected during this time.
Right.
And so a lot of times I've been a good Valentine guy. I have, I think. If I look back, I know. I know. I have gullible and deception.
I'm a good Valentine guy. Okay, let me get to my next question.
One more word. First,
okay.
Ornery.
You can't laugh and go when you're ornery.
Oh,
okay?
That's true. That's true. All right.
Why?
So, Valentine week is a real week. We don't know where it started, but you're saying that it's legitimate. People are celebrating it, and we're on Wednesday this week, and this is the research you've come up with, and I am learning this for the first time, and I'm going to read and react like a good co-host.
All right.
All right.
So we must ask ourselves, why? Why did this all begin? Now, some say, like you said, like we were talked about earlier, it's expanding the sales of things. But other people said, this is my research now. Other people said, well, this was an attempt to actually eliminate or reduce or relieve that whole commercial, money suck that it has become. And so, again, two different answers. It just really depends on where you look for those answers. I have a whole message on that, actually. The answers depend on where you look. Anyway, There is, thankfully, one thing they all agreed on. Do you want to know what that is?
I'm just hanging on. Yes, of course. Where did they all do whatever?
All agreed that these 7 days were an effort to really focus on the different aspects and the different facets of affectionate love. Okay. And they all agreed.
An effort to focus on affectionate love.
The aspects of love.
The aspects. The
different facets.
It's an effort to focus on the aspects of love.
And facets.
And
I know this is hard for you there. Oh. I know this is hard. Okay, but the other thing that they also did agree on.
Hard for me.
And
I hear you. I'm not believing we're doing a show about this. So it's focusing on the intangibles. focusing on what
Yes.
you can't grasp.
True. Well, no, you can grasp
Hmm?
the different facets of love. You definitely can. Okay, so a couple things going on here before
All
I
right,
continue.
let's continue.
Number one, you're really grinchy. And as you mentioned earlier, these types of holidays can be difficult for people. We see it around Christmas time. Christmas has Santa, but then it also has the Grinch. Okay, so I'm thinking Valentine's has Cupid. We need the anti-Cupid to go with the holiday, and I don't think there is one. Is there? Because
Am I casting for the role of that right now? I'll try to change. I mean, I've got gullible, deception, and ornery down. Those are the 3 words I have down.
and you don't need to be. Okay, so
Yeah.
the other thing that they did agree on was that what the days are, which I was very impressed and very
What do you
thankful.
mean they've agreed on what the days are?
You know how when we work through Advent calendar, it's like,
Mhm.
well, some say it's the shepherd's candles, and other people say it's the
We did a
prophecy
show on that,
candle,
yes.
or maybe it's the love
My
candle.
newsletter that went out to our church was the exact opposite of what the script that you had helped me write.
Yeah,
And I was so busy with everything, I didn't realize that
it was different.
that the peace candle was the shepherd's candle or whatever the case might be. So anyway, I thought that was very interesting. So on this week, you're saying, let me guess, it's not in harmony with each other.
It is in harmony.
Oh, it is.
They all agreed.
And they all are these eclectic people that have no idea when it started or why it started.
Correct. And so when I started doing research, I thought, if this is going to be all over the board where there's no consensus, like I'm not even go down this road or have the show center around this. But all of a sudden, boom, all the days were named the same and all the days were themed the same. So I'm like, okay, we can do this. This is very cool.
I'm putting the word possible in front of the latest word I just wrote down. Do you want to know what it is?
What?
Possible malarkey.
Oh. No.
All right.
Not malarkey.
All right. So are you going to take a step by step or are you going to tell us all about it?
Take you through the days.
Like we have to wait till you talk about each day?
You want to do all the days? And then
well, that's fine. How many days are there? 7?
There's 7 and then Valentine's Day. So there's 8 total. But
8 total. Yeah, you might as well add another day in there.
We don't really need to cover Valentine's Day because you and I did that in a previous show. Where we talked about the history and the Christian heritage that is behind the holiday of Valentine's. That's not under dispute at all. The origins of that, the people behind it, the events that took place, that's not under dispute at all. We know that as historical fact. But this is just like, this is one of the ways you could celebrate it. And it's just kind of grown over the years, just like now we have Christmas in July. It makes the world a more lovely place.
All I can think of, I can just keep thinking of, don't be the Grinch. Don't be the Valentine's Grinch. You usually do well. You usually get flowers and do stuff.
Chris the Valentine's Grinch.
No, I will not wear that moniker. All right, let's get into the days since you guys have this made up week. Let's find out how it turns out.
We could put AI into the mix and come up with a caricature based on you.
No.
Okay. Let's
do our list. I already did that and I haven't showed it to you yet.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You have a Valentine's Grinch?
No, I have an AI caricature of everything that it knows about me, and it created a caricature. And
I bet there's bacon in it.
Ribs actually.
Oh,
and a grill in the background. I can put it at the end. I can put it at the end of the show if you want.
Okay.
All right, I'll put it at the end of the show.
I was thinking too. Maybe we should put the Love Song in Winter independent movie.
That's 40.
I made years ago.
Emilee's 45-second epic motion picture.
Love Song in Winter.
Love Song.
Can we put that at the end too?
We can put that link in the comment.
All right, let's do that. Love Song in Winter.
In the description. We'll put the link to Love Song in Winter in the description if it still exists on YouTube. Because it's got to be close to 20 years old now.
You would have had to take it down.
We would have done that in 10 or 11, and it's 26. So yeah, it's over 15 years old.
Yeah.
So
It's riveting, though.
people
Anyway.
are going to look at it and they're going to be shocked at how we age.
But that
anyway.
was, yeah, that's true. But that was another example of thinking outside the box. And, you know, you don't have to fall into the culturally, you know, buy roses, get candy, take her out for dinner.
Yeah. Well, Love Song for Winter was a Valentine's thing, and it was in February because we had snow on the ground. We were the morning show in Michigan at the time, and in the greater Grand Rapids area. And Emilee, made this little 45-second epic motion picture, which has just a few story elements in it. And Snow Angels is supposed to be morning show funny.
Yeah.
And
you can search it. Chris
thousands of views on it, and then it got taken down by the people we were working for, so we had to put it back up. And I don't even know what it is. I'll find it.
Chris and Emilee Love Song in Winter, and I know that there's actually other like actual songs and stuff like that, so you might have to search a little bit, but it should be on
the
YouTube.
link in the description.
You do that. Let's start out.
Yeah, it'll be a YouTube link, and I don't know if that'll go in the Spotify, iTunes, and stuff, or even if it'll go in the Rumble description, but it will go in the YouTube description.
There you go.
So.
All right.
Again, just a sidebar before we get into the week.
We got way off track.
We are not a YouTube channel. We are a variety broadcast talk show that used to do radio. So we're really about audio first. That's why our studio is what it looks like. And then we've been told we had to be on Rumble and YouTube, and so
That's why there's this.
We're just trying. We're trying to be
radio people.
No, we're trying to be faithful to God, to share the love of Christ through this variety talk show and my teaching platform, Salvaged by God. So we had to be on YouTube and Rumble, and apparently we're going to start a TikTok and a Instagram and all that now. And I'm not in charge of any of it. I preach the gospel and I pastor a church, and we do a lot of counseling sessions.
Yeah.
And that's where my focus is. But this is Emilee's gig now, the Fresh Road Media thing. So,
and I would be really mad. I would be really mad if I was listening. I'd be right now going, get to the days. Get to the days. So should we get to the days?
I'm going to go away.
All right. The 7 days prior to Valentine's Day leading up, this will fall on the same day every year. February 7th is officially Rose Day.
Do you have a little song?
I don't have a
where it ends
up
up
picture
with a cream chocolate in a rose bush. You know what I mean?
No, but number one is Rose
of course
Day.
It is.
Isn't
Rose
beautiful?
Day.
Yeah.
So Rose Day would come on what date?
The 7th.
The 7th.
February 7th is Rose Day.
All right.
Now, roses in particular have a lot of meaning. I mean, like flowers mean different things. Mm-hmm. Giving people specific flowers on specific occasions can have very different meanings behind them. Roses, though, are often associated with a much deeper form of love, a more serious form of love. The red rose being romantic love.
Mm-hmm. I was in high school. Did you know that they covered some of the flowers in high school?
Oh, really? What do you remember?
When they started talking about roses, is that red roses were reserved specifically for a romantic interest.
Yep.
You would never give a red rose to somebody that you were going on a second date. You'd never give a red rose to a teacher or a grandmother or anybody like that in your life. You'd find a different color rose for them. Red roses were supposed to be specifically for the one.
Yes.
And true love.
Yeah.
Which they used to call then romantic love. And as you got older, you understood what that really, really meant.
Right. And so, you know, those staunch things, I mean, that's the way people communicated back then.
That was the social protocol.
Exactly. And so
if your boss gave you a red rose, it would be
be offended at first.
In the 70s, that would be sexual harassment. No, I'm serious. They took their rose colors that serious back in the day.
They did. I understand that. I do think that that's faded away. But yeah, different colors of roses mean different things. So a yellow rose can be like a friendship rose. A white rose is like a familial, family member, but not romantic. So different colors of different roses mean different things, and even different hybrids.
And that is exactly what our culture has become. You just gave can I do a sidebar culture?
Absolutely.
Red roses can mean whatever you want them to mean, because you're not the boss of me. If you wanted a one sentence theme of our culture, it's you're not the boss of me. I don't care about your traditions. I don't care about what does it mean to me? What are my feelings? And you know what? I can give a red rose to my coworker if I want to.
We're
And
deconstructing
it
everything.
doesn't have to mean anything. Right?
That is our culture.
Yeah.
However, I think the normal person, the average person, would still look at red roses as a very affectionate, romantic gesture.
Yeah. I mean,
You know.
again, I will never,
but
I would never, consider giving an administrative assistant or,
right.
A lady in the churches in the hospital, bringing them red roses.
Right.
I would just think that my skin would crawl. Like, what are you doing? Don't you know better than that?
Yeah. I think at this point, though, too, I don't even think it's something that they do in the workplace,
No, I know.
anymore. But I also think that there's probably by this time enough people in our culture that maybe they just don't know that there's no point in being offended over it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
All
right.
So day number 2 is
now,
the 8th of February. Are we done with roses?
No.
Never. We're never done with roses, are we?
Pace yourself. Okay.
There they are.
All right. So here's the great thing about having Rose Day 7 days prior to Valentine's Day.
Let me guess. So they can wilt, so he has to buy a second batch. Is that what it is?
Well, no. Number one, I think you could kind of spread this out over the week, and it doesn't have to all happen on boom one day. You know what I mean? And so you'd kind of have things to look forward to throughout the week. And you could make these days prior to Valentine's as big and dramatic as you want to, or as subtle and simple as you want to. You know what I mean?
Can we please take that one day and stretch it out over 8 days?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you brought home a little bear with holding a rose, that would cover that day. Anything. You could.
Why can't that still be just the 14th? The 14th, here's your bear.
Or you know what else you could do?
I don't know.
You could just remind your loved one that they are the sweetest rose of all on Rose Day. It doesn't have to cost you anything. It doesn't have to, it really doesn't, because that's the point of this week-long thing is to take the pressure off of material things. So you could have kids draw pictures of roses. You can just take one rose and give it to a person.
I'm going to let you do your whole day thing, but while I'm thinking of it, I want to drop it in here. It still comes down to the 14th and how you do these others. If you have a Valentine week and that becomes your tradition, God bless you. When our 35th wedding anniversary, that year I tried to bring you 35 bouquets of flowers. Many of them were roses of different color, including red. And we quit counting at like 25 or 26. I think I made it, but after a while, it's just like, what number is this? The day after I brought you home flowers, and you're like, I don't know. I mean, even got to the point where she'd exhale. I got to find a vase.
Yeah, okay, I got to do that. Yeah, got to become a chore.
So what I'm saying is that if you make it special, the day of the 14th, in my opinion, as you go on, if you started doing this weekly thing, that specialness of the 14th would start to fade.
But this is only 1 week, All
right.
Okay.
All right. Day
number
2 is what?
February 8th is Propose Day.
Okay.
And this may not be what you think it is either. Of course, you can propose marriage on that day if you want to. But if you're already married, you could just, let's remember the day that we got engaged and just kind of reminisce about that day. You could also even
I asked you on the highway at 65 miles an hour.
Speed limit's still 65, dude.
In conversation, should we consider maybe, I don't want to relive that. I mean, we've since had moments where we've tried to resurrect that.
You can talk about it.
At the time, I could only afford a ring that had diamond chips in it. So like on our 10th anniversary, I got you a legit diamond. Even rich guys who get these big rocks for their wives, they always wonder, is it enough? Is it enough? And now, here we are on proposal day. And so if you're married and your proposal wasn't all that romantic, like ours was not, let's be honest, what are you supposed to do then?
Okay, well,
Have a reenactment?
you could do a little. Hey, let's maybe somebody took they went out on a canoe ride or something. Go out and do that again. Kind of reenact a mock engagement. That would be fun. Okay, we don't have that, but Chris, get creative here. I mean, you did give me another ring, from a different
And
diamond.
we did a lot of things to make up for it, but when we actually, that's what it was.
It was fine. I loved that ring. I loved
it's not
that
the ring, it's the proposal.
Kind of broke.
Driving down the road, are we gonna? Because for those of you who don't know, Emilee and I eloped to the courthouse, and I left for Europe like 3 days later, and so she joined me over there 30 days later. Long story. And so our first child was born in what was called West Germany back then. And so we decided to elope to the courthouse. So we were having my proposal was a discussion, which has always been romantically lame in the bygones of proposals. I mean, you look at this picture, it's like, we didn't have that.
You were home on leave.
We had a jarhead soldier driving down the road saying, well, should we? Should we? Maybe.
But see, we're doing it right now. We're doing it right now.
Well,
we could have these laughs and jokes, just remembering our very unique story.
Yeah.
And reminiscing about it. You could do a mock
unique
proposal.
Is putting lipstick on that pig, and I'll go with that.
But
you've never been disappointed, though. You've never looked back and said, I wish I would have had a better wedding. I wish I would have had this, because we did have a reaffirmation in the church. And one of the people attending that reaffirmation was our first son, who was 6 months old at the time.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, because I didn't really want the big wedding. And that's so countercultural that it was kind of hard for people to really believe that. But yeah, I don't need that. I'm thinking very happy with Justice of the Peace.
If she's disappointed in the proposal, or he's disappointed in the proposal, this proposal day is going to do nothing but dredge up bad feelings.
No.
What a way to celebrate Valentine's week.
And this is why it doesn't need to dredge up those bad feelings, because a proposal does not have to be a marriage or romantic proposal. Other things you can do if you're not married, or if you're not of marrying age or whatever, is think of a different proposal. Think of somebody in your life who's very important to you that you love, and call them up and say, hey, we haven't seen each other in a while. I propose we get together. Or you think of somebody in your life, maybe someone who's going through a hard time. Maybe Valentine's Day is a hard time for them. So you call them up and, on this day, the 8th of February, and say, hey, I propose I take you out for lunch. You know what I mean?
Lame.
But that's why it's called Proposal Day.
If anybody was celebrating Proposal Day, let me tell you how this would go. Your friend would call up and say, you know what he did? He reenacted that time he got down on my knees and proposed to me. And we laughed, and it was such a special moment on Proposal Day. What did you do? And you're going to be like, he proposed we go to Taco Bell.
Yeah. And we both wanted that.
You never want Taco Bell. You hate Taco Bell. I use Taco Bell as a weapon. By the way, when your wife says, I don't care where we go. I really want to take you where you want to go. I want to go where you want to go tonight. You pick. I don't want. Fine, we're going to Taco Bell. And then all of a sudden she'll think of something every time, because she will not go to Taco Bell.
Not get that.
Yeah, not get that. All right, Proposal Day. So let's move on.
No, it is not an engagement day. It is not a get married day. It's just Proposal Day.
I propose we move on to day 3.
All right. And you can do that on the 8th. Unfortunately, you missed the day.
Yeah.
February 9th.
February 9th.
This is my favorite one.
Okay.
Chocolate Day.
It's Chocolate Day.
Mess that one up, can ya?
Well, you can. Some chocolate tastes like wax.
That's true.
Fellas, to all men listening to my voice anywhere around the globe, off this broadcast, this outreach broadcast ministry of Fresh Road Media, No Apology with Emilee, don't go cheap on the chocolates. For Valentine's Day, put a little coin in and get better chocolates. If you're stopping by the truck stop and you see something in a heart shaped, keep moving. Do something better than that.
For your wife.
Yeah, this is the time to go with the higher end.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get some Godiva, get something good.
Godiva's not good. Don't get Godiva. No, 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 no.
What's the other one?
Giving bad
What was
advice.
the other one? The chocolate bars that just we finished in our house just like a few months ago.
Dove.
Dove's better.
A little bit better than Hershey. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Hershey's fine. But I mean, it's not Russell Stover, you know. I like Russell Stover. I think Russell did a good job with his Stover.
Can find a nice little imported Belgium chocolate, go with that.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like a little 4-pack, a little petit four, whatever. Yeah. So,
yeah. The generic at Dollar General. Just think it through. Yeah. Just think it through. That's all I'm saying.
But anything that's fun, anything that's little, you don't have to put a lot of money into this. And here's the thing. It can be something as simple as, because Chris, you and I don't often have dessert with dinner. Okay, on this day, on the 9th, I'm going to have a little, Thin Mints or something. We never do like cake or pie or anything like that.
There's no better day on the calendar to get in touch with your inner fat self than Valentine's Day.
But Chris, you and I often like a cup of coffee and a small little sweet something, not a big piece of cake or anything like that, but just like those Reasons or Chocolate Kiss or whatever. Just a tiny little.
We're trying to be healthy, but we still don't go no gluten, no sugar, no caffeine, no nothing. It's complete moderation on that stuff. And that was always our problem.
Yeah.
Especially as we age from 40 into the 50s and now into our 60s, is the moderation goes out the window some days.
Yeah.
We're each going to have like just 5 M&Ms. And it turns out it's 5 handfuls of M&Ms. And the jar we bought at Costco, the small little barrel of M&Ms that we buy at Costco, it's half gone. And it's supposed to last a month. And
that's
empty
wrong.
tub is jackknifed in the garbage after 5 days.
Right.
That's the issue.
So it can
be Valentine's chocolate day, have a chocolate day. Yeah, for sure.
Could even be, hey, let's make a cup of hot chocolate and watch a movie. You know what I mean?
As long as there's chocolate in
a little bit of chocolate in that day. It's something to look forward to, Chris. And you know that when something like that is planned, it helps you when you are dieting or trying to watch or whatever. Oh, Tuesday we're gonna splurge a little and we're gonna do that. So
we have a day of the week where we can, eat anything we want. But the key to that being successful is not being stupid.
Right.
Okay. Not just having 3 pizzas and a gallon of ice cream on that day. You don't go crazy. You don't go gonzo. You just allow those things you've been denying yourself throughout the week, small tastes. That's it.
Your dieting advice is really a buzzkill for my Valentine's week.
Hey, I need another word for this week.
Okay.
Buzzkill. Got it. I got these written down. Okay, all right. So, what are we up to?
So anybody who doesn't like chocolate or is allergic to chocolate, because there are those people out there, just fill it in with whatever your favorite thing is on that day. All right. February 10th. Now, this one can give us some clues. This is Teddy Day. And so this can give us some clues as to when it may have come into fashion to have Valentine's week.
Teddy bears are part of Valentine's Day?
Absolutely.
So Teddy is not, when I hear Valentine's week and it's Teddy Day, I'm thinking it's negligee. Why is that funny? I wasn't always 60, I wasn't always 61 years old. No, I'm sorry, but that just, when I hear Teddy Day, that's not the picture I'm thinking.
Okay,
but and this is a Christian show.
This is a national, or this is a global thing. Like, this is.
Do grown women really want from their romantic interest a teddy bear?
Some do, yes.
Enough to make it a day.
Well, but here's the thing.
That is the thing. That's the thing. Do you want a teddy bear on this day or not?
You have to remember.
Am I delusional in thinking Teddy might mean something else?
Well, you're not delusional. But
wasn't that what it was called in the 70s and 80s?
What? Negligee was called. Yeah, there's a style.
I'm gonna go put on a teddy or something. Teddy, like that was the slang version for it.
Talk about that on the show.
I mean, it's not so bad we got to ask children to leave the room, okay? But on the same token, that's what I thought. I mean, I've never. I mean, sometimes that Vermont teddy bear thing.
Oh, yes.
We have some close friends who we love and respect like that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought it up to you 20 years ago. I said, would you ever want one of them? I absolutely not, you said. That is not my style.
But some people do.
I know, and we don't hold it against them, but that's not you. If I brought you home a teddy bear, you'd be like, what's this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what you do. You can do a different thing. It's Teddy Day. That doesn't necessarily mean go out, buy a stuffed teddy bear, bring it home, and give it to your person.
Well, and I can't do that because we already know what you would say.
Yeah.
She has a line she uses all the time. Have you even met your wife?
But you could send a meme or a text with a teddy bear, I love you.
All guys want to do that.
Children.
Can we put a little XOXO at the end of it too? Yeah. Okay.
Children, just a reminder, hey, I love you. It's Teddy Day. You know what I mean? That would be nice. Even though teddy bears aren't my thing, that would be a nice gesture. Okay.
Sure.
You can have kids draw teddy bears. Children love teddy bears. But this does give us a clue into when this came into being, because there was no such thing as a teddy bear for Teddy Day before Teddy Roosevelt. And so that tells me that, yeah, it was probably in the it would be the 1900s when this kind of started taking root. And
I've never heard of Valentine week before this morning's devotions. At the end of our devotions, you brought it up.
I haven't either, but it has been.
You said, have you heard of this? And it was almost like, how come you're not buying this stuff for me all week long?
I do not need more stuff.
I know.
And so
I just don't know. Teddy Day being teddy bear. I think that, and you don't know where it originated. People don't even know that it's going on. The whole thing sounds gullible, deception, ornery, possible malarkey, and a total buzzkill. But other than that, I'm thrilled about it.
Said the Valentine's Grinch. All right. So Teddy Day had to have started, it couldn't have started before the when was Teddy Roosevelt president?
If you're not going to buy into my premise, I'm out.
19 single numbers. You know what I mean? And that is when the teddy bear kind of started taking off. They were making them prior to that, but the way it became a really popular kids' toy, the actual bear, and it being called a teddy bear would have been the very beginning of the 1900s. So
yeah, during Teddy Roosevelt's, reign as president,
his term, I believe, is what they call it.
He was still around in like 1910 and 1912,
right?
Stuff like that. Yep. I don't know my dates anymore.
Yeah,
I've just my brain is not working that way anymore. But yeah, and so what? It's called the teddy bear. What were the bears before? Just bears?
Yeah. They were just bears. And they were making them early in the 19th century. Because manufacturing was coming into being now. And I think
dolls have been around for a long time.
It started in Germany. Yeah.
Forever.
Exactly. It's,
Right.
So
anyway. Let's move
on. So it does, like I said, it doesn't have to be a actual stuffed teddy bear, but you can do it in different forms, send a meme or dress up like a teddy bear.
Please, can we move on?
Your wife might not like it, but the kids will.
No, I
incorporate the kids. Incorporate anybody in this however you can. February 11th. February 11th is Promise Day. So
that's today. If you're listening or watching this program, many people pick it up a week later for their commute when they're driving their truck or whatever. We're recording on February 11th, and this is Promise Day.
Yes.
And if you're an audio-only listener, the picture on the screen is two people with a pinky swear going.
Pinky swear, yeah, because it can be a romantic thing. It can be between lovers, or it can be between friends or family members or whatever. It comes with a warning, though, for me personally. This one comes with a little bit of a warning. Don't let it smack of, New Year's resolutions, where you're going to promise something really great and then it falls apart and then you're open to disappointment and self-loathing. So that's not what it's meant to be.
Like me promising that I would get you a teddy bear. Because we both know that ain't going to happen.
Right, exactly. Right. But this is a day to try to shift the mindset of Valentine's Day, from the material to the relational and the emotional. And we kind of can look at the
Say that
relationship.
again.
We're going to shift
Shift from
the whole
material.
celebration of Valentine's from
Yeah.
the material things to the relational, emotional things.
Okay.
And so
And that starts with Pinky Swear Day.
it starts with Promise Day.
Promise Day.
Where you pinky swear.
Well,
It's Promise Day.
Promise Day.
Okay, so anybody can do this, no matter how young or old you
I'm trying
are.
hard to care.
And
I'm hanging in there with you.
You know, I had a
I'll
really
pinky swear.
a friend lady in the church who gave me a chocolate red rose last Sunday for Valentine's Day, and it was very thoughtful.
Yeah.
And made me feel very good.
For those of you listening outside of our area in Iowa, we have an incredible church. And one of the incredible things about it, there's 25 incredible characteristics. One that I find very attractive, and I have nothing to do with it, is our women's ministry. And they have this secret sister plan, and then they have this fellowship among each other. And there's a genuine caring of their sisters in the Lord from all ages, all walks of life.
Yeah.
And it's just really cool to see.
Yeah.
You know, you see older, 80-year-old women coming and hugging 26-year-old young mothers, and you can see that they're not related. There's just a family, a Christian family at our church.
A love for one another.
Yeah. So when you got that chocolate rose, and your sister got one too, Emilee's sister moved to town. She goes to our church.
People.
That was just a genuine thing. I mean, and
really
it wasn't
sweet.
contrived. It wasn't, and that's part of this whole Valentine's week. That's another word, contrived. Because that's what it feels like. And that's the thing. When you know non-contrived, when you see genuine, the contrived pops off the paper. And it's just like our walk with Christ. When we see so many false teachers and so many people walking a contrived Christian life, when you're walking that narrow path with Jesus, sold out, contentment in your circumstances because of his great gain in your life, boom, you spot it.
Yeah.
And so
for sure.
Anyway, that's
okay. So
that
let me talk
Promise
about
Day. Yeah. It's a cool thing, I guess, for those who can appreciate it.
Because I haven't even totally explained it yet. Whoa, we're back there, cowboy.
Again, this is my I'm interested face. Tell me more.
Listen, okay, it's a day to shift the focus, like I was talking about before.
Yes, to non-tangible things, to intangible.
Well, things that will strengthen and deepen the relationships that you already have. And
Yes.
find someone in your circle. Don't mock,
I'm not
Chris.
mocking.
Seriously. Because this could really help someone who struggles around this time of year. But you find someone with whom you have a relationship, and you say, hey, let's make a promise to each other. You used to do that when you were kids. You'd pinky swear stuff. And it was a way to, you know what? I'm going to make sure I don't let a week go by where I don't, connect with you. Or let's pinky swear each other that we're going to take that vacation we always wanted to. You know what I mean?
When you and I decided to walk across Europe for 70 days in our 50s.
Yeah, but it
That
doesn't.
we were going to do when we were younger, but we decided to have 4 kids by 27. That pinky swear kind of thing.
Again, it doesn't have to be a big thing. And you don't want it to be such a thing where it's going to be hard for you to, I promise I'll never get angry with you again. Like that's not
you
real.
told me to take this seriously, and you told me to quit mocking it, and I was joking around. I still don't see that there's going to be very many people that are celebrating this. I just don't see Valentine week and now Promise Day being something that people are going to actually do.
Well, no one's going to, there's no Promise Day police. And so it's a fun idea of a way to strengthen the relationships that you have with your loved ones, because that's what love's all about. That's all it is. And maybe as you evaluate things, you see that, hey, there was this thing that we were going to do, or there was this, and we never did do it. Hey, let's do it. Let's pinky swear to each other. It's just finding someone, anyone. It doesn't have to be your spouse. It can be your kids. It can be your friends, your coworkers, whatever. Just make a pinky swear with someone, make a promise with someone, and it will
Do you have to pinky swear, or is that just the picture?
No, you don't
that
have
show?
to. You don't have to pinky swear, but it's a way to, when you have a united goal with someone, it strengthens that relationship and it deepens that relationship, and that's what it's all about. That's what Valentine's Day is all about, right?
Well, I just think that people should be people of their word, and you can make commitments with folks. You can do a handshake, and you can do that on a Tuesday in November.
Yeah.
It's just as legitimate as Promise Day. And I'm not trying to be a Grinch. I'm just saying I get the premise. Touche. Let's move on. What's next?
Okay, number 12
No,
is
not 12.
Yeah, February 12th.
Oh, February 12th. I thought
number
you were going,
12.
I thought you were going to the 12
number
days
12.
of Christmas now. It's not. It's the 12th of February, which would
Yes.
be the 6th day of the week, right? Because it's 7 days
Yes.
leading up to the 13th,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
the 14th is
We have
Valentine's
2
Day.
days and then Valentine's.
So this is day 6
Yep.
on the 12th of February. It is
Correct.
It is what?
Hug day. Hug somebody. And this is just a day where we kind of remind ourselves that, hey, we need that human touch and interaction in our lives. And so maybe there's somebody who needs a hug. Find that person today. Maybe it's you. So offer a hug to somebody who's going to hug you back, because really we're becoming a culture of, we're going to be sterile. We're going to have our phone. We're going to be inside. We're not face to face very often. You know, COVID really sparked that fear in people to connect. And yet here's the reality. Human touch is very therapeutic. It's a need. And so I think it's a really great day. February 12th. Hug each other. And even if it's your normal goodbye to work, to your spouse, hey, check it off your box. We had hug day today.
I'm going to politely object to hug day. And again, I'm not being a Grinch. I'm not even being devil's advocate. I'm just bringing other reality to the show.
Okay.
We bring the truth
Yes.
honestly and authentically. And that's this is not a great idea.
Present your antithesis.
There was a push. You know how things in America kind of go in waves?
Yes.
You know, things happen and then they just kind of,
Yeah.
oh, they're up and everybody's about that. And then it's not anymore.
Trends. Everything trends.
And,
yeah.
Trends and fads is another word that is used.
Mm-hmm.
There was a trendy fad going around where everybody needed to hug everybody else. COVID killed that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the idea was that everything you're talking about is true. Hugs can be a really good thing. Psychologists have proved it. There's been research. There's been testing. Hugs are a good thing.
Yes.
But there is a percentage of the population
Yes.
that doesn't want to be hugged.
That is
In
correct.
fact, when you hug them, you get the exact opposite reaction.
Mhm.
In fact, people who are always, standing at the door trying to hug people,
Mhm.
they will hug 10 people and 5 or 6 or 7 of them will be a positive experience and 3 it'll be horrific.
True.
To the point where they'll even complain about it.
Yeah.
You can't go around hugging people at work anymore.
True.
Why? Because people get uncomfortable.
Mhm.
For every one that wants a hug, there's 5 others that don't. That's how I've always looked at it. And maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's 5 want and 1 doesn't. But if you have somebody in your life, even if you're a non-hugger, you still want to hug them if they're in your life.
Yeah.
What we're talking about is stranger danger here. Okay. We're talking about people that aren't in your inner influence, that aren't in your inner circle, that want to hug you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I agree with that.
I can give you tons of other examples, but
you raise a very valid point that there are people out there who are not huggers, and it can actually become a problem because you get into a group of people and the people who are huggers and touchers, they're just like, oh, I'm a hugger, and they move in for a hug, and it's like, well, you didn't ask. I mean, I don't run around going, I'm not a hugger. I'm not a hugger. You know what I mean? Just because you are a hugging, touchy-feely person doesn't mean you get to do that.
I am not an anti-hugging person.
Right.
I am not.
Right. But some people are not comfortable with it.
But I have my moments.
Mhm.
And we have been We have been in lines where people wanted to, and this is going to sound terrible, but I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
We've been in where there's been long lines of people that want to meet us as Chris and Emilee. The ones they listen to every morning on the radio. And there are people that want to give you hugs in that line.
Yep.
And I would put up with it a lot. But there was one lady, and I don't know why, she said, "Can I give you a hug?" And I said, "Not today." I said, "No."
Yeah. And that's okay.
I felt like such a jerk. I felt like but
yeah.
Or how about guys that want to hug ladies?
No.
There's some guy. I mean, we had a guy walk up to us, and I stood before Emilee, and I could see him coming. He was like third line, then second line, then he's up next, and he had this weird look on his face. And as he walked up towards us, I reached out my hand to shake his hand, and he blew right past me, went right up into Emilee's face, and he said these words. He said, "I love you, and I named my cat Emilee." What do you do with that?
Well, I hid behind you.
You did. You came and hid behind me.
That's really nice.
I'm not giving him a hug, nor am I going to want him to hug you.
No.
And God bless the guy. I mean,
I don't think we're talking about strangers here.
This was 2008. I don't think Emilee the cat's even with us anymore. But that's what I'm talking about when it's like, oh, let's all hug. You ever been in church services? Get up and say hi to your neighbor and give them a hug.
Neighbor's hand. I didn't like that.
Give them a hug.
Yeah,
we've heard that at churches. And we were visiting and we never went back.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's like every single one of these days can be loser.
Everything can be taken to an extreme where it's like, don't do that. Everything can. So on this hug day, we're not talking about strangers. We're not talking about people you don't know. We're talking about people you do know and people you love and care about. For instance, my sister is not a touchy-feely, huggy person. And so here's the idea.
I got so many jokes going through my head right now, but I won't. Go ahead.
Thank you. The idea is that it's to create somehow just a warm, fuzzy feeling for them. So here was one of the ideas that I read about, and I thought that's kind of cool. One year they bought a Hug Day hoodie, and so they had matching hoodies. And so then every year on February 12th, those two would wear their matching hoodies. Because one of them was not a huggy person, but they'd put that on and it was still a sense of love. It was warm, it was soft. And that's what they're talking about. And it's about making the human connection. It's not about invading people's personal space, okay? So there's other ways that you can go about it. And I will add.
Hey, hug day. I'm a hugger. Everybody, bring it in. Bring it in.
Yeah, I will add.
Oh, you just annoyed half the people that are around you.
I will add that a cup of cocoa with a movie checks off a lot of the boxes on this list. Like you just plan that. You watch Paddington. You just checked off the bear mark, right?
Look, why can't we just celebrate this on the 14th? Why can't we have the mug of coffee, the movie, the flowers, and the chocolate on the 14th?
Because maybe
that's what I've always done. And now I'm being made to feel inadequate that I didn't make it a week-long Christmas in July. I don't celebrate Christmas in July either. You know why?
Why?
Because I have Christmas in December, and that's enough.
Yes, it is Grinch.
No, it's contentment with godliness is great gain. I'm content with December.
But here's the thing that people have done in July, because not everybody enjoys summer. And so that was my Olaf impersonation.
I thought, oh my gosh, I'm married to Olaf.
Who does love winter, by the way, my favorite season.
Yeah.
But it's a way to break the stress of the heat in the middle of the winter, to just like crank up the air conditioner a little bit, put on a Christmas
in July,
movie.
middle of the summer.
Isn't that what I said?
You said middle of winter.
Oh, I meant middle of summer.
Yeah, you're all off on a Christmas high right now. You bring it down, bring it back.
But it's very therapeutic for certain people to do that, and so
and it can be very annoying to others who don't think it's right to participate in things when you should be focused on stock car racing and fireworks like the forefathers would have wanted.
So okay, it can take a lot of different forms. There's no one way to do this. Like I said,
Okay, what's the last day
it's
before the
Hug
14th?
Day. I'm sending you a little, emoji or a little, what is it called? A GIF
Yeah.
of a hug. Like that's
Hugs
all
are
it has to
great.
be.
Hugs are great in context.
It's just a fun way to extend the holiday. The last day before Valentine's, February 13th, is Kiss Day. I like Kiss Day. Of course.
Not everybody does.
For those who are not watching this, they're just listening. I have a little image popping up of a little girl kissing a little boy, and one of them likes it a little more than the other.
Look, this is the Chris and Emilee show in a nutshell.
No, it's not. Not at all.
Oh, we're not even the Chris and Emilee show anymore. This is not No Apology with Emilee and Chris as a sidebar.
Yes. So
That's
you can,
an afterthought.
again, this can be a romantic thing, but it does not necessarily have to be. And you can find a lot of different ways where you can send a kiss to somebody without actually planting your lips.
Okay.
Okay. So
when you say send a kiss to somebody, there needs to be limits.
Okay.
There needs to be common sense.
Yes.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
You fear the world.
Oh, it's the 13th.
too
It's
much.
Kiss Day, and I'm going to blowing kisses to all. No, you're a moron.
It's not for everybody.
It's-
You fear the world too much, Ebenezer.
All right, I'm adding that word. Here's my list so far.
Okay.
Gullible, deception, ornery, possible malarkey, buzzkill, contrived, and now I've added fear.
Fear. Okay.
Well, seriously, every guy that would want to, hey, sweetie, let's celebrate Valentine week. It starts on the 7th and goes through the 13th, and it culminates with the 14th. Every guy is thinking, this sucks. This is going to be awful because I'm going to fail. I'm not going to do it right. Something's going to be wrong. And it's just more pressure for guys. February 14th already brings a lot of pressure, you know?
Well, okay. So I'll give
You bring her a dozen
but-
dozen. Yeah, well, my coworker got 2 dozen.
Well,
roses.
that's just a character flaw. That has nothing to do with the day.
Every man on the planet is dealing with a woman with a character flaw. And
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
The word woman in the original Latin means character flaw. I kid.
Not even funny. Not
Yeah.
even funny. Okay, so it is
We just
Kiss
lost
Day.
half our audience.
It is-
They just bailed on
The
us.
13th is Kiss Day, so find
Kiss
somebody
Day.
to give a kiss. If
All
you've
right.
got grandkids that are far away, send them a little, text with a kiss and a hug that way. And of course, a mother always enjoys a kiss on the forehead from one of their children. That's always a very, very loving thing. And that's what these days are all about, is just remembering to connect and keep forging those relationships, because if you don't, they grow cold. That's
And if
really
you did
a
what you just
concern.
said, if people did what you just said, that would be cool.
Mhm.
You know,
That's
use
what
it-
I'm saying.
use Valentine week with these different things, these different key things, just to try to be a little more intentional.
Yeah.
Trying to be a little bit more sensitive and trying to be a little bit more joyful together with those around you.
That's
whether
right.
it be, roommates, or whether it be family members or church members, or, your significant other, or whatever it is, that's fine in context. But when you really start breaking it down as what a good man will do in his manly reason,
Yeah.
he will see 7 more days of trying not to be a failure.
Not
On Valentine's
necessarily.
Day, I'm going to go 60%, maybe 70,
Mhm.
because there's 30% of us that have had a lot of experience, and we have more confidence. We have a woman who kind of has set the tone over the years. We know what Valentine's to expect. You and I have even talked about going out on the 13th and avoiding the 14th altogether. The day doesn't matter
Exactly.
anymore. This will be our 41st Valentine's Day together.
I don't need to go to a crowded restaurant.
Right.
I don't need to do that.
Not anymore, but 20 years ago, it was expected.
Was it?
And it was appreciated.
It was
Yeah.
very appreciated.
And borderline expected. So 60 to 70% of the guys, what they want out of Saturday night, the 14th, what they want is simply for her to be pleased
Yes.
with his efforts.
Mhm.
And so no matter what he does, he, in the back of his mind, just a little bit, is going to be second guessing. Is this enough? Is this enough? Does she really understand that this is what I think is worth this day. Giving her one single rose because she's the only one. He's cheap, she might think. Or she might think, that's so romantic. I didn't want the other 11. I just wanted this one rose. You get what I'm saying? It's like, guys,
Depends
don't
on who you
know.
married.
Well, and not only that, she was this way last year.
Okay.
Last year, he gave me one rose and it was so special.
Let's go over
So he tries it again this year to find out that only worked last year. This year, she's expecting the other 11. You get what I'm saying? It's
I
like
do.
a guy never has confidence that what he's doing is enough. Even if he does enough, if she's, and she shows great appreciation, there's a little doubt that comes into the back of the mind. Why? Because of the comparison trap that human beings put themselves through, comparing each other to what Sally down the road or what Ginger at the office got or what my sister, whoever got. You get what I'm saying? It's like, that's what is the challenge with Valentine's Day. That also goes back to the spiritual principle that is going to be a big part of our movie, which is a big part of my sermon series, and that is being content. I want men out there that whatever effort they put forward, if they do it with genuine love for their spouse, that they feel confident that it is enough. Mm-hmm. And for all the women out there, whenever they get anything, that they feel like it is enough.
Yeah.
Can I end my bit with a story?
Well, I do want to go over some pros and cons, but yeah, tell your story first, and then I want to break it down a little bit more.
True story from either last year or the year before, because everything runs together in my head now. This actually happened. There's a guy in my life, and he's one of my favorite dudes in the whole world. And he just you would not think that he's a romantic guy. Mm-hmm. But he went out and got his wife this big vase full of huge flowers. And he said he wanted to put it in the church for Wednesday night so she could get it on Wednesday night when they came for Bible study. And so I met him at like 2:30 in the afternoon and let him in and so that he could set this on the table. And so she comes in and he's walking with her, waiting for her to notice it. And she notices it. And the first thing she does is turns to him and slaps him, like not in the face, but on the shoulder, like tapped him and said, "This is a lucky lady. How come you never do anything like that for me?" And here's the other thing, and this is true. She was wearing a shirt, a Disney shirt, that said the word grumpy. You can't make this up. And I mean, they're one of my favorite couples in not only just all of Iowa, but in all of the places we've ever been. And that actually happened. Do you see what I'm talking about? Whatever the guy does, he never knows if it's going to be right or not.
Yeah.
And that's just a classic, example of how funny. I mean, that turned into a moment of joy for all of us.
Yeah. It was it wasn't a negative thing that happened at all. It was a surprise for her. She just wasn't expecting him to do that. And sometimes I think that's what makes different things are meaningful for a different reason. There was a gentleman who would buy a single stem rose for his wife every year for Valentine's and bring it home to her after work. And then she passed away. He was elderly by himself. And he kept for the rest of his years buying a single rose, and he would put it like in his lapel or whatever. But just because his wife was gone, he didn't stop doing that.
Right.
And so those little things can mean so much. And the big things can mean so much, especially when they're unexpected like that. You know what I mean? That was just so funny. It was so funny. And I know that just the way we talk about it, that couple, they'll never forget it. It's a fond, warm memory for them and for us. We got to witness it, and so that's what it is. It's about tuning into the lives of the people that you love and the people that what they would appreciate, what they really, really care about. And so I will give you that there are pros and cons to this week-long celebration. One of the pros is, like I said before, there's no police saying you have to do this. It's not so popular that everybody expects it. And it's perfect for the people that's kind of the way they are. That's kind of how they show love. And so some of the pros and cons, let's talk about them.
Let's talk about them.
The cons, and you kind of touched on this a little bit earlier.
Gullible, deception, ornery, possible malarkey, buzzkill, contrived, and fear.
I know when people hear this and we were talking about it, Chris, right away, that was on your mind like, okay, I got more stuff I got to do. And this type of thing can very quickly and very easily become just that, overwhelming for people who have very hectic lifestyles or people for whom this type of stuff just doesn't come naturally, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that's the downside.
Almost all salt of the earth men, this romance stuff does not come naturally. And I got to be honest, most guys, when you rip off the veneer, they want to. They want to be good at this. They just really feel they're not. Mm-hmm. And that no matter what they do, they're not going to get it right.
Well, this show is for you.
No. I'm
telling you what you can do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm being very generic.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
Unfairly towards guys, I don't know, but it's just been my experience that even some of the I've made my point. Let's go.
We've talked con. I mean, the pro.
There's a lot of cons. Let's talk about that. Pro.
We're kind of going to go back and forth.
Pro. What's the singular pro?
We're going to go back and forth.
Oh, you want to go back and forth.
Chris, you have talked about this before, and you've talked about how, like, if you, instead of surprising your loved one with a trip or something like that, and, pack their bag and show up for work and then whisk them away as a surprise, you said it's better let them know
part of my marriage conference teaching.
Yep, let them know ahead of time, because then you've got all this build up, these days ahead, where the spouse is thinking, "Gosh, look what my husband did for me. Look what he's done. He obviously is demonstrating that he loves me."
My story,
and so I don't care about the story really. Because the point is this, the pro in this is that it can take the pressure off of that one overcrowded, overpriced day being the end all. And you have now things that will take place during the week that your loved one will think about and remember. And it doesn't really matter if it's the wife doing it for the husband or the husband doing it for the wife or them both doing it together. It makes the other person feel loved and appreciated. It really, really does. And so it can actually end up having the reverse effect where you said, "Chris, I'm already busy now here. There's more stuff for me to do." Take the pressure off of the actual Valentine's Day. Spread it out a little bit, and your spouse is going to feel loved for 8 days rather than just one.
Okay, what's the con?
Okay, so you want another con? Well, one more pro.
Okay.
Oh, you want to do a con?
No, I just want this to be over. Again, honestly and authentically and without apology.
It's a legitimate point that I just made.
Yeah. Well, I want to tell the story that you tried to tell, because
Okay, go ahead and tell that story.
I mean, it's a foundational teaching that I do in marriage conferences, which is, swooping in and having that surprise getaway, and you pack a little bag for her, and you convince her boss to give her the half day off on Friday, and you come get her at lunch, and hey, that Airbnb, that bed and breakfast that we talked about, we're going right now this weekend, and it's such a surprise and it's so fun. And that can be a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
But what has been proven over and over and over to be better for marriages is for him, when he books it 2 weeks out, say, "Hey, 2 weeks from," tell her on Friday night after work, "Hey, 2 weeks from today, this is what we're doing." And we're going to do. So then for 2 weeks, she tells her coworkers, she tells her girlfriend, she tells her sisters, this is what we're doing. And it's this. So you get tons more, for lack of a better term, tons more points. Right. You get the big crescendo with the surprise, but you get this buildup that is much bigger and better at the end of the day. Both are not. One's not better than the other.
Right.
One just is a better way to do it if you're looking to build a long, experience versus just the one surprise, bada bing, bada boom.
That is a total pro right there.
Yeah. And so this can be that. This week leading up can be that. To me, as I'm listening to this literally for the first time, I have no idea what we were even talking about on this show. I just had to read and react. And I did fairly well at times, and other times I crashed and burned, and that's okay.
You had your angry eyes on.
That I think it, if you said what would you do? Would you rather have the week lead up to really make it more special on the 14th, or would you rather just have the 14th? I'm going to tell you, I would much rather have the 14th.
Okay.
Because I believe that all this lead up is just going to end up being the 14th is now going to be a deflated big nothing burger.
Well, it doesn't have to be. That's what I thought it would like take the pressure off where it's like on Valentine's Day, you don't have to book the table at your fourth favorite restaurant because all the other restaurants are full.
Yeah.
And you don't have to spend the extra money for this, that, and sit 2 feet away from the other person as they cram the tables. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so my view was like, that would really take the pressure off. The other thing is, it's so easy for people to get into a rut.
Mhm.
What do you want to do? Go out to eat, go to a movie. What movie do you want to go to? What restaurant? And it's so like, it gets old to where you don't even want to do that. And
Yeah,
so,
the same old of long-term marriage, it's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
And you got to try to find some variety to do different things.
right. Yeah. Now, Chris, you and I have this little thing. It's a clown nose.
Oh,
For whatever reason, I don't know how long we've been doing this, but we give it back and forth to each other in very unexpected places.
we've had it for over 10 years, and it's a clown nose that comes from Walgreens during one of their drives for one of the illnesses they're trying to
I can't even.
eradicate. I
I
don't even know
wouldn't
what
even
it's called.
remember that.
But Kyle Busch was in on it for one of the sponsors of his race car years ago. Anyway, we're at Walgreens. They gave away this little red nose, and we have just been hiding it on the other person. And when they find it anonymously, they hide it back. And here's the key: until right now, we've never spoke of it. This is the first time we've actually spoken of it. And right now, it's out in the open. I have a. Yeah, I don't even want to say. For
Yeah.
security reasons, I don't even want to say. But yeah, it's.
So I was the one that got it last time,
Yeah.
and I had it, and I was trying to think of a place because you don't want them to find it right away. You
Yeah.
want to put it in a place
But if you
where
put it where they never look, then
Yeah.
it's gone for
Like-
a year.
put it in the Excedrin bottle or whatever, and he's not going to have a headache for 3 or 4 weeks, but he'll open the Excedrin bottle and there it is, whatever. So we hide it in these unique little places where the other person doesn't stumble on it right away. And I had gotten it. I don't even remember where I found it, but it was in my stuff. And so I'm looking around and thinking, and I'm busy. The day's busy. So I finally just put it in a place that's right out in the open on something that belongs to you. And it's been sitting there now for like a month, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're just,
Because the minute it's gone now, because you walk by it every day to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
The minute it's gone, you're going to know that I did something with
Yep.
it, and then you'll be on the lookout for it.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Again, that's a rut. And it's easy to get in a rut. Now, this doesn't have to go on forever. It's just 7 days. And you don't even have to necessarily hit all the days. But just, a pop-up to get out of the rut. I'm going to do something that I don't normally do. It can be as extravagant or as simple as you want it to be. And it helps kind of get you out of that rut. That's what I think. Because they can be completely attainable things that don't take a lot of time. And it's just a, hey, my spouse or my friend or my sibling was thinking about me. And that's a very inner lovely thing. You know what I mean? It's hard to put into words. All right. So here's another con with this whole idea.
There's another item. You want to tell them about the other item
What's
that we
the
keep
other
hiding back
item?
and forth?
You can tell them. It's a little Jesus.
It's a miniature little toy that fits into a Lego car or something, and it's a little mini Jesus.
Yep.
And so Emilee will open her makeup box, and there's little Jesus staring at her.
I found Jesus.
I'll go to grab my
good
shaking
day.
kit, and Jesus is in there. Is that sacrilege? Is that bad?
No, it's just a little toy
It's just
thing.
a little something fun. All right,
Okay.
this show's gone way too long for the content. Where are we headed?
Okay, so the other con is it's really easy when you have this type of a thing for you're too busy, and so you can just kind of fall into buying your way through this, and then you end up spending more money than what you would have already. And that's not the point of this. But it does give you an opportunity. It gives you an opportunity to set the material aside and think about the mental, emotional depths of your relationship. So I like that.
All right.
And it's very flexible. Like I said, you can make it as elaborate or as simple as you would like.
Okay, let's take a quick, short little, and we'll be back with my AI generated image.
All right.
So a lot of people have been doing this thing where they ask their AI, whether it's Grok or ChatGPT or whatever they're using. Google has one. I'm not an expert, okay? I use ChatGPT, and so you ask it to make an image of you based on everything it knows about you. And I'm going to show you the image of me.
Okay.
I don't think it looks like me even, but what it put in there shocked me.
Okay.
Like, and
Yeah,
so I'm going
yeah.
to hit you with it, and you tell me whether this
Okay, I'm
is
covering my
legitimate or not.
monitor right now. So
And by the way, Emily,
tell me when I can put my paper down and
you can put your paper down. I'm going to bring it up in
Okay.
due time here. She's never seen this image.
I have
Emily has not seen this image, but here it is. That's the image.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you do have ribs there and football.
Ribs, and on the back there's steak on the grill, a cup of coffee, a football. The ultimate golf on the iPad. That's one of my main pastimes to pass the time is the little golf game, little golf app that it's very complex. It's very cool. My rifle's in the background. Of course, the Bible's in the front, and then little YouTube iPhone thing there. That little tripod making videos and making content. And
Okay, so
I don't know.
that's barbecue sauce, glasses. You have two glasses. You have the pair that's on your face and the pair that's on your book. You think they know that about you?
I think they think I'm blind.
That he
And I don't
wears
know
different glasses for different occasions.
I don't think I've ever talked to it about broadcasting. It must just know that this is the look I have on your show because I'm going to put headphones on me.
I want to know. I want you to look at something else though. I am really interested in how they made your beard so wavy, gravy there.
I don't know.
It's not quite that, Fabio looking, I guess.
Is it?
Well,
I don't know.
Look at it. It's kind of.
I don't think it look. I mean,
doesn't look a lot like you. I got to be honest.
I wish I was that handsome. That's a good looking dude right there.
They're not going to make anybody.
Not so much.
They're not going to make people look older or worse than what they do because
look at all the
they're not
scars in my forehead from battles gone by. No, this dude's.
Yeah, he looked a good 10 years younger than you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Oh, that meme of you looks so much better than real life. I remember 10 years ago when you actually were a handsome man.
Come there, I want to see.
No.
Yeah, I want to see it. Okay, so I got to be honest. If you were on the radio eating ribs while drinking your coffee and reading your Bible, it would not look that neat.
Yeah.
And playing golf on your iPad.
Yeah. I mean, it knows that I loved some cooked meat, and I've got my rifle, my Bible, my football, and a cup of coffee in my iPad. What else does a geezer at 61 need?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. The better looking version at 49.
Yeah.
Or whatever you're saying there.
No desire to do that.
No.
Because I know me. I already know.
We're saying goodbye for the day.
Right.
That was fun. That was an interesting show.
All right. Well, I do love Valentine's Day. Don't forget, you can go back because we have done shows on Valentine's before, the history of it and so on. Also, don't forget, hopefully in the link or in the description, there's a link to Love Song in Winter, Emilee's 45-second independent film made many moons ago. And then join us back here next week, No Apology, with Emilee and Chris.
Thank you for listening or watching this Fresh Road Media product. I support Fresh Road Media because I love seeing lives changed all across the globe. We're seeing listeners, watchers, viewers from all 50 states and several different countries. Lives are being encouraged and lives are being changed by the preaching of Salvaged by God and the talk show, No Apologies with Emilee and Chris. I personally listen on my truck when I drive for work. You can listen however fits your lifestyle. If you too would like to join us, go to freshroadmedia.com and become a subscriber at any level. And if you do financially support, we have plenty of really good resources for you as a way of us saying thank you for joining us. Log on and check out freshroadmedia.com and welcome to our tribe.